day. I intend to bring my highest self to meet with the highest self of everybody who joins this recording or this live event today. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm having a wonderful 5 minutes. Something really cool just happened before this live, and I'll tell you about it. Let's see who's here real quick. Jackie's here. Hello. Happy new moon in Aquarius. Good morning, Nicole and Jenny. Can't wait to see what this new moon will bring. Love it. Happy Friday, Gemini Jenny from Seattle. Hello, Lindsay. Lisa from the UK. Peace, Carol. Good morning, Deborah, Sweat, and Carrie. Diane is so excited for this moon in Aquarius, reinventing ourselves. That's very in alignment with what I'm going to talk about today. Darla spoke human words. I mean, she does that all the time, but they just have to come out of my mouth. She sends them to me, and then they come out of my mouth. Darla's upstairs today. Her dad is home. My husband took the day off, so she's hanging out with dad upstairs. But I just want to tell you guys, because I'm like blown away. So usually before I hop on these insight timer sessions, I have like a little breath work technique that I do. And today I had like 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go a little bit deeper, because normally I'll just like rush it. I'll just do a little bit like, all right, get centered and go. But today I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to chill with it. And I did this technique. I taught it to my Patreon members, and I connected with Uranus, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So I was like getting all into it, and like my mind shut up, and I wasn't worried about what time it was. And I opened my eyes, and literally it was 8:15. Like the timer just started for the session, and I was blown away. So today's going to be a magical day already. I can see that. Good morning, Carrie and Melissa. Hi, Lori from southern Wisconsin. Someone's comment disappeared. That's weird. Wade, cool, wet, and sunny in Tucson. Welcome, Wade. Good morning, Michelle and Greg. Hello, Nancy, Christine. If you are new to me, or if you just like hearing me say this about myself, my name's Jacqui Mancuso. I'm an astrologer and life coach, I guess. I'm joining you guys from Northern Illinois. My whole thing has been shifting and moving and shaking and all this stuff, so I don't know what I do. I just help people. I take my knowledge and my tools and I share it with you all so that you all can create the life that you want. Christine, I feel like I already missed something. I did tell a quick little story, but it'll be on the replay. April, good morning from Japan. Heather, hi, sprinkling in California. Awesome. We had a little bit of rain here yesterday too, just drizzles. Good morning, Anique. Happy Friday, Patty. Lucy, hi all, happy to be back. Not been in a while, but looking for some hope as I'm grieving the loss of my first dog. I'm so sorry to hear that, Lucy. Hopefully this positive community will help you feel better. Michelle from Washington, D.C. Jackie, yes, you're a life coach. Thanks for the affirmation, Jackie. Irina, good morning. And Andrea. Oh, Patty, thank you. You do help people, and I'm grateful. We had a great session. Robin, good morning. It's 1:18 a.m. from Australia. Well, thanks for joining us, Robin. Greg's having a heat wave in Rochester. Also here, Northern Illinois. It's been spring weather, and that's me knocking on wood. I don't want it to leave. All right, guys, let's see what we're here to talk about today. The new moon in Aquarius. So today we have a new moon that's happening at 20 degrees of Aquarius, and this is happening exactly at 4:59 p.m. in Central Time. So feel free to calculate your time zone, but just about 5 p.m. Central Time. And new moons occur when the sun and the moon come together in the sky. And this creates the beginning of the moon cycle. So new moons represent a new start, which is why new moons are a very fertile time to plant a new seed in your life, to set a new intention, to ask the universe to help you achieve a goal. If you know how to find degree points in your chart, I would advise you to look between 15 to 25 degrees of Aquarius to see if this new moon is sitting on top of one of your natal planets. If so, if you have a natal planet somewhere between 15 and 25 degrees of Aquarius, this could be the part of yourself that the planet represents can be what is receiving an invitation to start anew. So for example, if your natal Mars is between 15 and 25 degrees of Aquarius, this new moon can offer you a new beginning in terms of your passions and ambition and your drive to reach your goals. Or if you have Saturn between 15 to 25 degrees of Aquarius, this can be a reset on some of your life responsibilities, how you limit yourself, and the boundaries that you enforce. If you have other planets between 15 to 25 degrees of Aquarius, the way I taught myself astrology was literally by Googling Pluto astrology meaning and sifting through all the available information. So if that is the case, if that's how you are diving into astrology right now, always take what resonates. Astrology is incredibly vast and complex, and I promise you're not going to learn it all at once. Also, I have a course on Insight Timer. It's called Astrology 101. So it's 13 days, but it gives you my take on what astrology means and how to easily digest it. Now, if you don't have any planets between 15 and 25 degrees of Aquarius, you can still locate this area of your chart and look to see which house holds 20 degrees of Aquarius. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about and you would like to learn how to visually look at your chart and find these points, I'm hosting a free webinar on Thursday, the 22nd of February. And this is going to be me showing you how to find these specific degree points in your chart. I'm going to have my screen shared. This is going to be off of Insight Timer, so you can follow along while I show you exactly how I find these points. If you want, details for this webinar are going to come out through my email list. So you can join my email list through the link in my Insight Timer bio. So now that we've made this lunar event a bit more personal to us, we can see if we have planets that are happening right on top of this lunar event. We can see which house this lunar event is occurring within our chart, maybe. Let's dig into what this new moon is all about. So Aquarius is a uniquely complex sign. Aquarius represents the future. So this new moon can be a very nice time to set an intention for your biggest hopes and dreams for the future. I know that might sound like a blanket statement, but stay with me. Aquarius is linked to community as well, to humanity, to the collective. And this new moon may serve you if you've been desiring to connect with a like-minded community, or if you have hopes and dreams for humanity as a whole. This new moon can be a wonderful time to ask the universe for support in bringing these dreams to fruition. Aquarius also holds the archetype of the rebel. This is my favorite part of Aquarius. This new moon may be the astrological event that you need to find the courage to go against the grain, to rebel, to say, I don't agree with your policies, I don't agree with your rules, your limitations. And this new moon can be exactly what you need to choose to create your own path towards your ideal future for all of humanity. Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus. And during this new moon, Uranus is forming a square to the new moon. So Uranus is at 19 degrees of Taurus, squaring the new moon at 20 degrees of Aquarius. And in astrology, squares create tension. It can feel like there's something in our way, a roadblock or a hurdle in front of us. Uranus is I called him the ruler of Aquarius. Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius. And before Uranus was discovered as a planet, Saturn was the traditional ruler of Aquarius. Saturn has to do more with limits, boundaries, regulations. But the fact that we're receiving this stress, this type of pressure from the modern ruler of Aquarius today, this highlights more of the modern Uranian qualities of Aquarius. So there's something about this new moon that we are meant to invent, something that's never been done before. Or this new moon is asking us to innovate, to introduce something to the world for the first time. And I know that when I say that, you might be like, I don't know, that's way too much. This could be as simple as a mindset. Introducing a mindset to the world, an opinion, sharing your take on a scenario that isn't widely accepted. You may be feeling some sort of pressure with this square to collaborate with a new group, to work with a new person or a new resource, something that seems a bit futuristic to you. This is a new beginning that represents the first big step into the future. And I'm also sensing that there may be a bit of a mental dilemma. Feelings perhaps of selfishness. Do I really get to do this? Shouldn't I be thinking of everybody else? Or what would others think of my choices right now? How would that impact my perception, my relationship with other people? And I'm highlighting this theme with this new moon because the North Node and Chiron are approaching their conjunction. They're coming together at 16 degrees of 16 degrees of Aries. And they're going to be in the same degree, I believe, from February 11th, this upcoming Sunday, through the 24th. But their exact conjunction happens on February 19th. And this is a major conjunction. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for anything in astrology, even when it's like the doom and gloom stuff that pop culture astrology tries to scare you about. I'm always like, all right, how can we use this? However, this North Node Chiron conjunction, it's major. It's major. The North Node represents our fated destiny, showing us what we have to do right now. And Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron shows us that our wounds are what provide us with the most growth, and that our wounds are what help us bring innovation to the world. Because without this hurdle, without this roadblock of having to heal ourselves of something, we wouldn't be able to think or behave in a certain way. We wouldn't have to choose to think or behave in a certain way, or to study a certain topic. So this conjunction to me, North Node conjunct Chiron in Aries, feels like we have to heal a part of our identity. Aries represents the self, the ego, the sense of self. There's something that we have to heal right now. We have to utilize what we've learned through our healing journey. And it could be that we have to share ourselves with the world. And it can be super uncomfortable and it can be super scary. But I really love this Aries and Aquarius energy together. Aries, the self, Aquarius, the group. In the sky, planets, when they are in Aries and Aquarius, how do I even do this? They form a sextile. And sextiles are aspects that I don't always talk about. I usually talk about trines, which happen at 120 degrees. Sextiles happen at 60 degrees. So they are supportive. They're just aspects that you have to lean into more than the trine aspect. So this Chiron North Node conjunction is sextiling the new moon. And I've been shouting this from the rooftops for a few weeks, if not months, if not my whole life. But the message is strong right now, so strong. Be yourself. I can't say it any clearer. Be yourself. yourself. Who are you? What do you want? The more authentic you are, the less you have to worry about being selfish. Because we're all designed, every single person on this planet, I don't care who you are, I know, and I've known this my whole life, we are all designed to be light beings. Every single person. And when we pretend to be like everybody else, when we follow the agendas of somebody else, when we follow the ideas of somebody else, it's almost like we put it's like we're cloaking our light. And then that's when we can do things that are selfish. Because then we're acting from this insecure place that we need to feed our ego to feel secure. But we're in such an inauthentic cloak. It's not us. But I promise that there is a unique light inside of you that has been begging to be let out. And regardless of however much you've been practicing your authenticity, I believe that many of us are still living the most authentically that we can be. There's still stuff that's ready to be shed. There's still more of your light that's begging to be let out. Starting in March, I'm opening a new Patreon group. This is called Embody Astrology Lunar Events. And here I'll be offering an even deeper dive into the new moons and the full moons of this zodiac year. And in this Patreon group, I'm going to be able to share my screen and allow you to actually follow along with the chart. So even in these 15 minutes that I've been talking about today's new moon, we barely scratched the surface. I'm limiting myself here because I'm conscious of the time. And in this upcoming Patreon group, after I deeper dive into the lunar event, I'm going to be bringing up 1 or 2 members as case studies with their charts up on screen. And I'm going to highlight how the specific lunar event is impacting their specific natal chart and how it can be showing up for them personally. So even if you're in the group and your chart isn't selected that one day, I promise you'll get to learn how I relate the transiting planets to the natal chart, and you'll start to pick up how to do it for yourself. And this group doesn't start until the end of March, but if you'd like to hear more about it and learn how to join, I'll be sending information always through my email newsletter, where you can sign up through the link in my Insight Timer bio. So I'm super excited. I really do have to cut myself short here on Insight Timer. But depending on whatever house this new moon in Aquarius, 20 degrees of Aquarius, which house is that falling into in your chart? That's the area of your life that needs your authenticity so much right now. I'm going to read the comments for a little bit. And then we're going to use 2 different oracle decks to ask 2 different questions about how to utilize this energy right now. Oh yeah, Jackie. She says we went through this yesterday in her coaching and it was so cool. Yeah, Jackie and I went through today's new moon with her chart yesterday and she was like, how are you in my head right now? Hello, Eric. Blessed to be here, just arriving. Nice to see you. Awesome. Kat, yes, fear of others' projections held me back for so many years, purging daily to become who I am to become, and getting back to some of my old soul authentic qualities. I love it. Adrian, be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Yes. Bonnie says you're on fire today. I get to talk about my favorite sign. I don't know. I call every sign my favorite sign. I embrace Aquarius energy so much. This is resonating with Stacy, huge mental dilemma. Stacy is a different Stacy, is a new moon Aquarius baby in your 11th house, so you're revved up. Oh my gosh, the 11th house is naturally ruled by Aquarius. I can't wait to hear how this comes out for you. Love it. Carol says Astrology 101 is a great course. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to use 2 different decks to ask 2 different questions. So first, we are going to ask, because sometimes you have to have an idea of what's on the other side, right? Why should I be authentic? What's actually going to come of my life if I'm truly authentic? So I felt the Gateway of Light activation is a great deck to ask, what is to come from being truly authentic? What's in it for me? What's my return on investment? Why should I even do this? So I always do group readings, but I promise, guys, everyone always gets at least something out of these readings. Feel free to send your energy into this deck. And if you'd like, today I don't specifically connect to Uranus every day, but I sent my energetic connection up to Uranus today. So if you want to do the same, he's already going to be helping me with these cards. But we're asking, what is to come from being truly authentic? Like I said, these are group readings. So the way that they work is I'm going to allow 3 cards to come out of the deck. Holy shnikes. They just popped out all together. And I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. So you're going to see this same image 3 times. But I invite you to tune into your more intuitive senses to see if any of the cards just feel different to you. Don't look for anything specific. That can block your intuition. If you're waiting to hear a ringing in your ears, or if you're waiting for that sign that you got last week, intuition works in different ways all the time. So, yeah, just notice if anything feels different. And if nothing feels different, your intuition isn't broken. The whole reading is just equally for you. Without further ado, here's the back. Oh, we're asking, what is to come from being truly authentic? What's the point? Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which cards are resonating. Jackie, this is the Gateway of Light activation. Thank you, Bonnie. And I'll show the cards one more time just in case. The back of, oops, I almost showed you the front. The back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Just reading some comments. Love that for you, April and Christine. All right, Lisa, 1 and 3. Eric, 3. Deborah, 2 and 3. Excuse me, Nicole, 2 and 3. Karen, 1. Kat, 1. Sent chills down my left arm. Feminine. Anique, 1 and 3. Irina, 2. Tyla, 2 and 3. Greg, 3. Jackie, 2 and 1. Gloria, 2. Patty, card number 1 made me feel dizzy. Interesting. Rose, all 3. April, 2. Michelle, 2. Sweat, 3. Lori, 2. Nancy, 3. AJ, 2 and 3. Diane, 1 and 3. Janelle, all 3. Chanel, 2. Greg, 3 twice. Lucy, 1 and 3. Nicole, 3. Christine, all 3. Michelle, all 3. Eric, card 3 made me sleepy. Stacy agrees with the dizziness in card 1. Okay, I didn't want to say it, but like I did see something a little bit with card 1. That was pretty cool. Irina, 1. Joy, mildly 2. So maybe all 3. Andriana, 1 and 3. Jess, 2. Jean, all 3. Karen, 1. Kelly, 1 and 3. Heather, 3. Tracy, 1. Christine, missing my girl Darla today. I knew you would be. She's upstairs with her dad and brother and sister today. If you guys don't know, Darla is my dog. Darla occasionally Darla hangs out on the couch and she's just fun to have here. Annette, 3 made me feel queasy. Nicole, yes, definitely dizziness with 1. Okay, cool. Jacqui, oh yeah, because Darla sometimes will like give us some signs when I hold up cards. She'll move, and that gives us some ideas of what's coming up. All right, guys, so what is to come from being truly authentic? Card number 1, it's the last card of this deck. So, card number 1 brings us the Venusian Galactic Council, Star Being Guides, Answer the Call, Time to Shine. The Venusians are advanced cosmic beings similar to angels who come from planet Venus. They are our starry ancestors and are dedicated to helping us experience and embody divine love. There are millions of them, and many of us will have them working with us as guides. If you feel drawn to this information strongly, or strongly connected to the stars or star people, there's a good chance that there are many extraterrestrial beings around you at this time, many of whom will be connected to the Venusian Galactic Council. Governed by Lady Venus and Sanat Kumara, the Venusian Galactic Council is a divine board of directors who are responsible for recruiting light workers and leaders on Earth who have the potential to make a huge difference by following the call of their soul, or by following your authenticity. When they come to us, it's an honor and an opportunity to be reminded of a connection that was active before we came into this incarnation. There's no set way of working with the Venusians, but they will contact us in our dreams or meditation to share information that will support us on our journey. They often send spiritual downloads in thought forms or understandings. Dreams about flying or being in space are other ways in which they will come through to us. This is a call to action. You are being asked to step up and create the changes you want to see in the world. You have a reason for being here, and you have the potential to inspire, support, and heal your corner of the world. Don't let this information scare you or overwhelm you, for you are being prepared energetically to step into this role. The ideas you have been having recently are divine downloads, but you aren't being called to make dramatic changes to your life, simply to move forward step by step. The Venusian Galactic Council will reveal more information to support you. Be aware of downloads of information and spiritual signs, for they are confirmation that you are on the right path. So the more you follow your authenticity and the more you follow your soul's call, the more support you're going to get from the Venusians, the more downloads you'll receive. If you are more authentic, right? If you're opening up and allowing yourself to receive because you're following your soul's mission, you're going to get more information and you're going to know what that next step is. It's not going to feel as scary and like, how do I make this big goal happen? It'll sink more into what's my next step? What's the next thing that I have to do in order to create this dream reality for myself? Oh, Kat's crying. Stacy loves it. Tyla, what an incredible card. Anik, wow. Greg, step by step. I love it. Kat grabbed fluorite and held to the heart center as soon as you showed the card. I love that. Eric, this was for me. Wow, wow, wow. I think this was for a lot of us. I mean, it is for everyone. It's for everyone here. But like, if it's piercing you in some way, accept it. Carrie, this was perfect. Card number 1 for the win. Totally resonated. This is like just a really nice reminder that you have support as you follow your soul's mission, whatever that is. Whatever that is. And even if it's caring for your own soul, doing something that you know your soul needs to be nourished, here's that selfish part again. It can feel selfish to take care of yourself when you know that there's all these people out there who need help. But don't forget the impact of leading by example. Don't forget the impact of leading by example, because by living it and doing it, You show people that it's possible, and you allow them to see in themselves that they can achieve what you've achieved. Nicole, wow, totally feel the star energy. The sky has been brilliant with stars on my walks. Yeah, and the new moon, this is the darkest phase of the moon, so the stars are going to be much more brilliant nowadays too. BB first house, Aquarius 17, I think I have strongly felt the longing for freedom. Be my free me or something this week. Yeah. All right, that was only card 1. We have 2 more. We have 2 more from this question. Sweat, I got reminded of a Sanat Kumar story from Indian philosophy this morning. If I knew anything about it, that might blow my mind a little bit more. I don't know anything about that person, but that's amazing that already came into your awareness today. Hello, Mimi. Greg didn't pick one, and that was already powerful, yeah. Mimi, this totally resonates. Oh, we have 2 Mimis here. That's pretty cool. Uncommon name. I hear this message for a 3rd time from completely different people. When it comes down to it, and before we hopped on today, I connected with Uranus, right? So I'm channeling Uranus to you guys. So when I come here on Insight Timer, and I guess just my whole life in general, I'm just here as a messenger. I'm just here to pass messages on that you need to hear at this time. So if anything I say hits within you, take it, do something with it, especially if it keeps coming up. The universe keeps sending you those people who are saying that same thing over and over. Now, the first card was the last card in this deck. The second card is the first card in this deck. I don't have a specific meaning, but just the fact that we're getting the bookends of the deck is pretty interesting, and just their place, how card 1 is the end, and then card 2 is the beginning. Just, I don't know. We'll see what comes out. So we're asking Alpha and Omega, Eric, exactly. And thank you guys, Eric and Nicole, so much for your donations. Very much appreciated. What else is to come from being truly authentic? Card number 2 brings us the card of the Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. Freedom is to come from being authentic, guys. Akasha is a Sanskrit word that means ether or sky-based. And as explained above, the Akashic Records are a compendium of universal events, experiences, and lifetimes held in the spiritual realms. One of the founders of Theosophy, whose name I'm not going to butcher, Helena Blavatsky, I'm sorry, she described them as indestructible tablets of the astral light. We can visit the Akashic Records in dreams, visions, or meditations. When we are transported or guided to connect with them, we are being given the opportunity to take in an inventory of our life and all of the life events that have taken place in it, and to gain information on lifetimes past. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. These can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or older aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecision. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson, and it is essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth, but old energy being released from your energy body. Call in angels to shine their light on any repressed fears, energies, or stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. So our question was, what is to come from being truly authentic? Freeing yourself of karmic lessons, freeing yourself of karmic baggage, freeing yourself of anything that you've been hanging on to that's been waiting to be cleared, probably through dropping the parts of yourself that are not yourself and by following your soul's call. Another thing that the book didn't say that was screaming in my mind the whole time is that, so I read Akashic Records. However, I'm at the point in my business where I'm not accepting new once in a while clients. I'm only working with coaching clients. But what kept coming up was that when I read Akashic Records for people, 9 times out of 10, the other person is able to hop in and be right there with me. So what does that tell me? That tells me that literally everybody has the ability to read their own Akashic Records. Sometimes we just need a permission slip from another person. We need some validation from another person to know that we can do it. But I want you to know that if you've been interested in reading your Akashic Records, I don't have a course for that, but there's information out there. There's ways to learn how to get in if you don't know how to get in. And the more authentic you are, the more you follow your true soul call, the less you'll feel like you have to rely on others. Does that make sense? That's what I was getting from this card as well. Everyone has the ability. Everyone has full intuition. It's just been buried maybe under that cloak of us trying to pretend to be other people. It's in there, everyone. Bonnie, you were my first person that you and I were right there together in the records. And then what did you do, Bonnie? After we did that, what did you do? You learned how to read the records, Bonnie. It's amazing. And sometimes we just need that validation, like, oh shit, I can do this. So I'm telling you that you have the ability. You might not believe it right now because there's things that you need to learn about it, but it's very, very possible. Rose was there with me, absolutely. Many of my clients have been right there with me. Sweat, something will end and then begin in our lives. Interesting. Liz loves the beautiful artwork along with the beautiful words on the cards. Both are speaking to me. Love it. Tiffany, I was having this internal conversation yesterday. I was about to make a decision out of fear because of my worst fears, and I'm glad I didn't. I have clarity and can see more possibilities than before. Love it. This is crazy, Christine. Keep getting this message. Everything, the podcast I listen to you, coaching with you, oracle cards, face my fears and do the thing. It's that North Node Aries conjunction. And especially today, the new moon, right before this conjunction happens, it's either going to be this new moon or the next new moon. And I think it's easier to do this future thing with the Aquarius new moon than it is to do with the next new moon in Pisces. That's going to be a time of starting a journey to let go of something. So this is the time to act, in my opinion. I've had gnats down here for a long time, guys. I apologize. Kat been trying to tap into the Akashic Records, but trust guides will bring when I'm ready. Yeah, there's a bunch of meditations on Insight Timer, I know, that can guide you into the records. There are courses out there. It's not one that I've created yet. If it resonates in the future, I'd be willing to. I just have 1,000 projects right now. Sarah, this made you break out in tears out of nowhere, resonates deeply. It's so freeing. We asked what is to come from being authentic, and we got the message of sheer freedom. Knowing that you have the ability to see what is holding you back. But in order to do that, you have to get to know who you really are, and not who other people have told you to be, or who other people have suggested strongly that you be. Gloria, this resonates with you. Amber had to let a staff person go. They agreed. The release feels so right. Charlotte had beautiful Akashic meditations. Yes, the Honest Guys on Insight Timer. Is that the shamanic one, Bonnie? That is, it's a shamanic journey into the Akashic Records. So it's nice with that primal drumming. Need to be around humans who align with my goals. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Bonnie, I totally forgot about that. Bonnie has a teacher profile on Insight Timer, and she has an Akashic Records meditation. So please, She's a direct descendant from me. So if you want some of the Jacqui energy, go listen to Bonnie's Akashic Records meditation. Super cool. Thank you so much, Charlotte. I appreciate your donation. One more card from this question, and then we're going to use a different deck to ask a different question. But we are asking card number 3, what is to come from being truly authentic? Why? Why are we doing this authenticity thing? Card number 3 brings us the Gaia Gateway activation. Learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. The Gaia Gateway is the chakra that connects us directly with the mind and intelligence of Mother Earth. This chakra is not very well known, but is now being acknowledged as one of the key energetic spaces we can connect with to activate the ascension process. For many years, ascension has been thought of as moving beyond the limitations of the body and transcending the physical realm. But it is, in fact, the process of becoming present in the body in full awareness of the spirit within. The Gaia Gateway is found below our feet under the Earth Star chakra. But when we're connecting to it, it's best to imagine the center of the Earth. It's the best way to describe it is a wormhole or portal in the center of the Earth that allows us to connect directly with the non-physical intelligence of Gaia, the spiritual presence of Mother Earth. The Earth is a highly spiritual, intelligent, aware being. She has lived through many challenges and experiences that have led her to where she is today. No matter what has been served up to her or how many of us have mistreated her, she has found a way to survive and thrive. Sometimes it is not our role to know how everything will unfold. When you draw this card, it's a reminder to trust the plan. The wisdom of Gaia is with you at this time, and you can enjoy the natural expansion that is taking place. You may have a tendency to go traveling and look to the stars for answers, but realize that the planet you call home has much to offer too. You have chosen to be here. This may not be easy to accept, especially if your current reality is a harsh one, but your current experiences are vital for your growth. The Earth herself cannot escape the changes that she is facing at this time. Learn from her strength. Learn from her yearning for a better future. Come back home to her. She is your chosen home. What I love about this card the most is that it talks about using grounding to ascend, which is something I used to talk about more often, and it just hasn't come up in a long time. When it comes down to it, guys, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience, right? That is truth. That is known. Our souls are spiritual. Our souls are light. What we are here to master in this incarnation is the physical. We've never had, we chose to have a physical body. I was about to say we've never had a physical body before, but we probably have. But we chose to have a physical body to have this dense 3D experience. We didn't choose to come into these bodies to just escape them as fast as we can and transcend and return to the light and go there. We came here, we chose to brave this world, to go through the density, the hardships, the troubles, the tribulations, because we wanted this soul growth experience. So I believe that the main point of being a human is learning how to master the physical body, learning how to master that dense difficulty that we have, and learning how to integrate our light into this darkness, right? The Gaia Gateway, that's that chakra beneath the Earth Star. So if you're not familiar with that, we have our 7 main chakras from crown to root. And then I think it's about a foot below your feet. That's where we have our Earth Star chakra. And this Gaia Gateway is below that, way into the core of Mother Earth. And actually, when I bring people into the Akashic Records, the first thing that we do is ground way down. We wrap our roots all the way around Mother Earth. We ground ourselves. Then we connect above. So what is to come from being truly authentic is recognizing your connection to Gaia, recognizing how there's so much spiritual knowledge available down here, right here where your feet are. It's not always about connecting upwards. What I think is interesting is we have, wow, look at, you can't even see that first card with the sun on it. It's just like light. I think that's perfect. So we have what's to come from being authentic, divine support, earth support, and in the middle, I feel like this is yourself, your own support. You can access the records. You're going to be assisted from the Venusian, and you're going to be assisted from Gaia. What else do you need? What else do you want to ask for? Literally support from above and below and within. Stacey, are there bells in the background or am I hearing things? I'm playing a live stream on YouTube. It's from the page Calm Whale. Every new moon and full moon, they live stream beautiful music. So yes. Sweat has been grounding and digging, rooting with Qigong. Tiffany, I also bought grounding sheets off of Amazon. I love that. My friend makes grounding bracelets. It's copper, and I plug it into the ground outlet. And you can wear it as a bracelet, but I just tuck it into the waist of my pants. Yeah, grounding is beautiful. Rose sleeps with a grounding sheet. Bonnie started sleeping on a grounding sheet this week, and the dreams are out of control. Oh, and this first card said that the Venusians are going to contact you through your dreams. So perhaps it's grounding to amplify those dreams, to connect you to the soul of Mother Earth, the spirit of Mother Earth, that's going to bring these higher beings more into our awareness. Let's see what else. I'm just quickly reading over y'all's comments. Taking a walk as I listen and feeling truly connected with the beautiful gift that she has given us. I like that for the first reading. This feels complete for the first reading. It is that I feel like there's such that it's calling for, okay, authenticity means knowing that everything plays a purpose in your life. Knowing that the connection above is just as important as the connection below. And that could represent to your higher self and your shadow self. The connection with your higher self is just as important as the connection with your shadow self, deep in there. And that is what's going to help you clear out these old stories, clear out these old karmic patterns. It's not about shaming the dark and shaming the bad of yourself. Forget that. Being authentic includes accepting all parts of yourself. We've all done bad things. Every single one of us. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. We are going to pull one more card from one more deck to ask one more question. 111. We are going to ask, so if you came in late and you missed the astrology part of this, I record these sessions, I throw them up on my YouTube channel. You can search my name on YouTube, or you can use the link in my Insight Timer bio to find the YouTube link and a whole bunch of other links. But we talked about how this Aquarius new moon is receiving a square from Aquarius's modern ruler, Uranus. So there's a lot of pressure to innovate, to bring something new into the world. So we're going to ask the Star Codes Astro Oracle, what are we being asked to innovate? What are we being asked to innovate? So feel free to send your energy into this deck, asking, what are we being asked to innovate? Excuse me. If you guys have been enjoying this session so far, If you'd like to offer an exchange of energy in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. If you haven't followed me on Insight Timer, consider doing so that you can stay updated when I post new classes. I'm on here between 1 and 3 times a week. And my gosh, what else? You can exchange energy by following my YouTube channel, liking and commenting and sharing all my videos. All of that interaction is an exchange of energy as well. And that's it. Sign up for my email list right now if you want to hear more about everything that I'm doing. Thank you, Carrie. Tell your friends about my YouTube videos. Appreciate you guys. This card also came out right away, and it is beautiful. And the comment about YouTube videos was removed. Just interesting. I'm not selling anything on YouTube. I'm just sharing my message broader and wider. What are we being asked to innovate? We got card number 1, and it's Aries. And this Chiron North Node conjunction that I was talking about that is sextiling this new moon is happening in Aries. And we're talking about how we ourselves are being authentic right now. Let's see what this card says. Let's see what the book says about this card. The message is act. What are we being asked to innovate? What are we being asked to bring into this world? Aries asks you to remember your personal fire, your reasons for being alive. It pumps up the volume on your life force. Its energy is raw, exhilarated, direct, rude, passionate, and looking for a challenge. Use your wisdom to focus this raw power and give it a goal. Aries is the cardinal fire sign whose fresh, brash enthusiasm is symbolized by a headstrong ram. It rules the head and imbues initiation, new beginnings, spontaneity, rebellion, and rebirth. The sun shines here March 20 through April 20, approximately. Begin, move into a new territory. Cut to the chase. Be a hero. Feel the call to action and thoughtfully respond. Clear the air and clear the decks. Be crisp and to the point. Shoot from the hip. Set healthy boundaries just by being vibrantly alive. Express affection enthusiastically, spontaneously, and passionately. Work in short, intense bursts rather than long periods of deep concentration. Aries activates our inner adolescent. Direct orders can set off knee-jerk rebellion. That's me. Instead of telling others what to do, how they feel, express your own experience and opinion and speak in I terms. Set a challenge and let others find their own answers. Make sure all sides are heard. If a person, I lost my spot. Oh my gosh. If a person feels torn between meeting their own needs and meeting another's, they'll take care of their own needs first. So don't set up this either-or situation. Aries energy boils over quickly. If a situation threatens to erupt in conflict, get out, take a break, and come back later. The challenge of Aries: accidents increase when you are in a hurry, rushing through a project, or impatiently distracted. The flammable temperament can spark inspiration or spark a conflagration. Proceed with caution. If I said that word wrong, I hope you guys know what I was trying to say. Conflagration. The gift of Aries. Aries marks the beginning of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. After a long, dark winter, the dead landscape comes alive. Plants that were shorn of leaves or dormant now breathe new life. This is a brave miracle, and it can be your miracle. Feel the flowing inner life force, trust this divine direction, and summon the courage to begin. So what are we being asked to innovate? Your own action? Your own almost knee-jerk reaction? We don't have to be so adolescent about it. We are adults here, I think most of us. But we could use that inspiration, we can use that passion to fuel that next bit of action. What did you guys get from this card? There was so much in here. Aries energy it's all about the I. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. This is what I think. Do it. Share it. Get it out there. Because honestly, guys, when it comes down to it, you're not the only person who thinks the way that you think. A lot of people think the way that you think. It's just sometimes really, really hard to speak up against the grain. Greg, Aries time as launch dates. That's actually interesting. Yeah, I'm innovating. I'm bringing 3 new things to the market, and they're all coming at Aries season, the dawn of the next zodiac cycle. April, this is the second time I got this card in the last 2 hours. Of course it is. Of course it is. What are you here to act on? What are you here to act on? Adrian, thank you so much for your donation. Patty is mentioning April pulled the Aries card for us during our morning meditation together. I love that. Bonnie, this card comes up a lot. It's my husband's sign, so I remember when it shows up. Something else about Aries, it's the ram. So it has the ability to continuously ram its head over and over, and it doesn't give up. It has that endless, spontaneous passion to just go at it. And if it doesn't work, you're going to do it again. If it doesn't work, you're going to do it again. Doesn't work, do it again. Christine says, Aries must be your favorite season. I do love spring. I can't pick a favorite. I have a favorite. Every sign is my favorite. Nancy, I'm an Aries and this card resonates so much at this time. Much to figure out at this time. Another way to think about this, what are we being asked to innovate? Maybe we're being asked to bring a new version of ourselves, to ourselves, through ourselves, to everybody. Could be. Tiffany, I'm a Virgo and I don't have Aries anywhere in my chart, so this card is telling me to center the bleep out of myself. I love that. Which house is ruled by Aries? If you look for the Aries symbol in your chart, the ram, it's like a V with the curly cues, and then which line is hitting? What house does that start? That's the house that Aries rules in your chart. Tracy and Lindsay, thank you guys for your donation. 5 Aries in your chart, Nancy. Greg, being a Virgo can be an exhausting cycle of unrequited hard work and self-pity. I'm laughing because unrequested hard work. Oh my gosh, yep. Unrequested self-work, hard work, and self-pity. I'm laughing because I can think of a couple Virgos that I know about that, and I have compassion for y'all. Eric, I dozed off for this card. I clearly need to let go of my ram. Interesting. Amber, this sounds right. For me, it's about being honest about my work, being very spiritually connected. I love it. I froze for Melinda. Did I freeze for anyone else? Aries tells you to take care of yourself. We Virgos tend to serve everyone else. That's a great point, Jean. Aries tells you to put yourself first, which is what I was speaking about earlier with this interesting dichotomy, right? So if you want to hear the full description when I was in the zone and going at it, watch it on YouTube. Search my name on YouTube. It's all free. What was I saying? Take care of ourselves. So we have this new moon in Aquarius. It's like a new beginning for humanity, a new beginning in the humanitarian of you, right? I want to serve everybody. But then we have this North Node Chiron conjunction in Aries telling us that I have to put myself first. So it can feel weird. Is it really okay to put myself first? The whole world needs help. But if the whole world needs help from half-ass people, who's going to help the world? That's all I'm going to say about that. That came through. That was nice. C has Chiron and Aries in your 6th house. You may have already had your Chiron return. A huge moment of healing for all of us. Eric, I received what I needed. Thank you, Jackie. Excited to learn more about the Patreon group. Thank you. If you want to learn more about the new things that I have coming up, please sign up for my email list. The link is in my Insight Timer bio. It brings you to my link tree, but then through my link tree, I clearly label what all the links are so you can see everything that I've got going on. Secure your own breathing device before helping another, Greg. Exactly. Cannot give from an empty cup. Exactly. Message received. Be a whole ass person. Exactly. Is Aries the donkey now? Are we just going to make this the donkey? I'm just kidding. We have all these messages in our awareness that you have to put yourself first, but why is it so hard for so many of us to put ourselves first and to put our own needs first? Thank you, Irina. Appreciate you and your messages. I will be back next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:15 Central Time, as always. We are talking first about Mars entering Aquarius, what that's going to look like. Then we're talking about the Mars in Aquarius on Monday. Wednesday, Mars conjunct Pluto. Ooh. Friday, we'll talk about Venus entering Aquarius and her conjunction with Pluto. Next week's going to be a hot, heavy week. Stacy, as a woman, we were brought up to believe that we need to put others first. I'm working on breaking that. Yeah, it's the whole, my whole message is like, even though you were taught to be a certain way, doesn't mean that that really aligns with who you are. We're here to figure out what we need and what serves us best. And it's hard because we have that inner voice inside of our head. Like, no, you can't do it your way. That makes you a bad person. You can't do that. But like, just get rid of that. It's time to clear the old stories. How do you clear those old stories? By being yourself. Saying what you want to say, doing what you want to do. There is a unique light inside of all of you. The more authentic you are, the more bright that light shines. The more you pick up other people's personalities and other people's desires and other people's agendas, you're cloaking your light. Greg, another way to think about it, when we do what's highest and best for us, trust that it's also what's highest and best for all involved. Absolutely. I've been teasing you guys about an opinion that I'm getting ready to share. I recorded the video. It's a thing. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not an offensive opinion by any means, but it's an opinion that lost me a good friend years ago. And so that's where my struggle to talk about this kind of stuff comes from. However, I made the video. I'm probably going to post it later today. It's a new moon. Why not? You know what? I'm going to have it release at 4:59 p.m. right when the new moon happens. So it's nothing crazy, guys. Like, if you've been with me for a long time, you know what I'm all about. You know my message. There's just like parts of my opinions that I don't feel are meant for Insight Timer. So I'm just going to throw them on YouTube and see what everybody thinks. So that's it. It's all about love. I love everybody. That's what it comes down to. Sending love to all. That's how I end every session. That's how I've ended every session since I started teaching on Insight Timer. I send love to all. And I genuinely, authentically mean that. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your new moon. Set your new intentions. Have a great time. I hope that video was just as insightful for you as it was for all of us. Darla and I really appreciate you being here with me. Thank you for liking this video, sharing it with a friend who you think would benefit, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, drop a comment and let us know what you got from this video. What was your biggest insight or takeaway? If you want to see what else I'm working on, click on my link tree. It's right underneath this YouTube video. We'll see you next time. Take care.